Good morning, it's about 10 past 10 on Wednesday. I had a funny night last night after my Moderna booster. I had an achy arm come on just as I was kind of finishing the vlog up, and then I thought, well, I'll just have an easy night just in case. And it was just as well, really. Because, well, first of all, it kind of felt like somebody was getting a pin and just doing the occasional pin prick, like in random parts of my body. Not painful, but just enough to notice, so that was weird. But then I came over dizzy and woozy and headachy and yeah, just really out of sorts, but I'm okay this morning. It's just the arm is still really hurting. I'm still a bit headachy, a little bit weird, but not like last night. Last night was proper weird. But yeah, I seem to be okay. And did you know what? IB had the same thing yesterday and he was fine. Nothing wrong with him at all. So it really does affect different people differently, doesn't it? And Izzy's getting her booster tonight, but I don't know if she's getting the Moderna or something else, so we'll see how she gets on. Not booster, second one. She's getting her second one tonight. There was one more thing I forgot to tell you about. Hot and cold. I was going hot and cold, boiling hot, burning face, feeling like I had sunburn, and then really cold the next instant, so that was weird. It's just gone 2 o'clock now. I've been sitting here working on the vlog, doing some admin for my band stuff because I've got another inquiry coming in. I have also been buying presents online, so they should be coming soon. I've been messing around with my GoPro camera, looking up tutorials about settings, so I've tried something new. I've been taking lots of notes on that and yeah, spent some time trying to learn that. I've also been communicating with my daughter Isabel because she's having her second vaccine later. I think I mentioned that earlier, didn't I? But I've got to coordinate meeting her and going there with her to the centre. I mean, she's probably fine to go on her own. She's really independent, to be honest. I've got to actually take some ID for her, so I've got to remember to take her passport. There's that. I haven't really scheduled myself a crazy afternoon because I wasn't sure how I'd be feeling after, you know, the Moderna. It is still hurting, so I'm not going to play my flute because my arm's hurting when I lift it up. And obviously when you play the flute, you've got to lift your arm up. But what I definitely need to do is have a big tidy up. My house seems to very quickly get out of control when it comes to clutter. Look at the bedside table. I just don't even know how I do it, honestly. Well, I do. It's called never putting anything back when I've used it. Habit. And it's not restricted to the bedroom either. Oh no. We got a big mountain here. That mountain is where Izzy was wrapping presents, so I could actually take charge of some of that and rehome it. I've got clothes. I get hot when I'm down here, so I take off whatever I'm wearing and just dump it on there. So that's happened. Those socks are Isabel's. Isabel's friend bought her this little mini IKEA zippy bag the other day. That's cute, but that shouldn't be there. The table, it just attracts clutter magnetically almost. Still got my clothes drying from yesterday. How are these things getting on? Are they dry yet? Well, they feel a lot lighter. Yeah, I think that could actually be dry. And the kitchen isn't too bad. I have actually run a dishwasher load today, so it's not too bad, but definitely could wash those pans up and do a bit of sorting. I have laundry to put away as well from the other day, and I might put another load on. But I'm getting hungry and it is lunchtime, so I think I'm going to eat first and then spend some time sorting my messy house out. Oh, and another admin thing I did was sort out a new date for Izzy to have her new injections. So that's a weight off, but it's not for a few weeks, unfortunately. I can't decide what to eat. I looked in my fridge down there and there is some veg, but I want to save it for a big stew later. But now my eyes, you see, have spied the noodles and they are so good. Not healthy though, are they? Oh no, look, my hand's just going towards it. Oh, Imo, you're gonna have to like eat 2 portions of stew later to overcome that. Actually, that reminds me, I need to pop out and get some fresh bread to have with the stew later, and then any leftover we can take to IB's. I'm going to IB's tomorrow because I'm gonna do some work in the office. I don't know about the next day. I don't know how many hours he needs me to do this week. It varies, you see. I ate the noodles. Now it's time for the moment of truth. Are they going to feel wet and squishy when I put my feet in them? But I'm thinking, well, at least they'll be warm and wet if they are still wet. Oh, how am I gonna film this? I've got a tripod leg sticking in me. Feels okay, but if it was warm, I might not detect the wetness. Not sure about the very tips of the toes. But anyway, oh, there's my phone. I must change that ringtone. I keep thinking it's a dog coming for me. That was my other half, just ringing to coordinate picking me up later, and then we're going to go down to the train station to get Isabel and then drive her to the vaccine centre and make sure she's got her passport. I'm off to Greggs now anyway. I'm going to take the GoPro because I fiddled with it and I want to see what the footage looks like in there. Hopefully better than usual inside, because it usually comes out all mucky and low light, but we'll see. Have you got any bread left?
No, we don't sell bread anymore, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, thank you. Iceland it is then. They don't sell bread in Greggs anymore. Well, since I'm in here, haven't been in Iceland for ages actually. I'm just thinking, could get some blackjack ice lollies because I've been literally missing them. Yes, they still have them. Oh, IB likes the flumps. One of each then. That can be dessert taken care of later. I'd better get home. This house won't tidy itself. Whoops, I only went out for bread. Next thing is transform my entire house because it needs a bit of attention. Oh, my arm's still hurting after the Moderna. And my armpit on that side, just in case you wanted to know. Very odd. Don't want these remaining ones to get soft. Well, I suppose they might have already. State of that cupboard. It's only when you film these things that you think that's really bad. It's actually not very dirty. Oh, it is there. Where the fish was spitting yesterday. There just seems to be so many receipts on my countertop. I don't know why, and magneted to the fridge, but I've just been going through them and thinking, why on earth have I been keeping these? That's the last of them now anyway. Oh, time for the tabletop. I'm just going to concentrate on one small area at a time. So what do we have? We have a bank statement. Well, that's easy. I can just file that. GoPro. A Keep Wales Safe This Winter leaflet from the government, which I don't think tells us anything new that we haven't heard a million times already. It's in Welsh on the other side, of course. My hat and gloves, now they can go in the cloak cupboard, that's easy. Bag. Now, that's my GorillaPod 3K rig, if anyone's interested. What's that? It's a printout of train times that can go in the bin. Tesco club card stuff, passport from the other day when I had to take ID to the vaccine centre. Now these are the sorts of things I normally carry in my bag. What's in Imo's bag? People like videos, what's in my bag? I don't know why. Wireless earbuds are in my bag. A portable power bank for charging my phone when the battery goes, a lightning cable for charging my phone on the go from the power bank. Believe it or not, dextrose pills, because I'm terribly prone to wibbly wobblies, and so is my other half. So that's like an emergency. The problem with having those in your bag is when you're on a long train journey and you're feeling a bit bored and you know they're in there, you get tempted to have a nibble. 2 spare GoPro batteries, because the GoPro eats batteries. 1 spare Sony Handycam battery. I don't have any spare batteries for this one, but I've got some on my Christmas list. 1 micro SD converter card in a box. Tissues, of course. The tissues go in with the gloves. And the gloves go in there, so that's where my gloves go. And the dirty gloves go in that bit there. It's all organised, you see. Mini tripod's not going in my bag. That weighs a ton. I was using that with the gimbal. Emergency snacks. Oh, That's some of Izzy's medication there. I need to file that away in the medication cupboard, and that is a communication from the hospital with loads of sort of instructions, so I need to put that in the health folder. This is Izzy's BTS Uno, which she bought because she said it was so sad and it was massively reduced to clear. I think she likes it really, but no, she will not admit that. Izzy's glove, just one, a random 50p. I think that should just go in my purse because that'll be tidy. It's probably Izzy's though, I don't know. Oh, and clothes drying from yesterday. Right, I'm going to get on it. More stuff for recycling. Oh, and the train journey details because that's long since gone. Izzy's tissues. Blech. Scissors can go in the resources tray, that's where they actually live. Torch, I was carrying this around in my bag, but it's quite weighty, you know. I'm going to keep it in the resources tray. Resources tray has now got messy as well, of course. That lives in the cellar. Dirty socks times 2 pairs. And speaking of clothing, let's take all these up, which are totally my own. And the paperwork. I hate it when clothes are like, they're not clean, so you don't really want to put them back in the cupboard, but they're definitely not dirty enough to be washed. It creates dissonance. I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know how it happens, but it does. Oh, it's today's top. I took it off because I was getting hot after I went to the shops. That's okay. I'm just going to hang it on the back of my chair then. I'm not going to feel guilty about that. That'll go back on shortly, I dare say. I strongly suspect the rest are ready for the wash. Well, that one is anyway. Oh, this is getting a bit over full, this one. Please shut. I've basically just bagged up all Izzy's stuff that she's left lying around, and I'm just going to put the bag on her bed for her to deal with later. Sometime later, and the table has now seen light of day, which will be good for when we're eating a family meal around it later, assuming Isabel wants some. I am going to quickly put the hoover around. Look, this box here, this is the box of shame. This moved house with us, and it's kind of moved around the house but not been unpacked. Probably I need to go through it, and I think it's all things I don't want to get rid of, but I can't remember what. You know how it is. Yeah, so this is the work in progress. As I said, we'll quickly hoover, and then in my now relatively tidy kitchen, I'm going to cook a great big vat of vegetable stew, and then just leave it on the stove turned off so we can have it when we get back from the vaccine centre. And what I'm planning to do after that is edit for an hour, so I think it'll probably take me 45 minutes to an hour to make this stew, and then I'll edit until IB gets here, and then we'll hop off in the car, get Isabel, take her to have a vaccine, bring her back, and then have dinner, hopefully. I think I should have used a bigger pan. I'm relying on this steaming and reducing its kale. No. Yes, it is. Sliced Cavallo Nero kale. Anyway, look at the time, 5:15. That means I've got an hour and 15 minutes before IB comes to edit. And in other news, Isabel has phoned. She finished college earlier than expected, so she's getting an earlier train. So she's coming home first. So we're all going to just go straight to the vaccine centre with IB, which makes things a lot less complicated and less subject to delays. So I'm pleased about this. It's about 8:30 now. Her ladyship is back from the vaccine. She was ages waiting, actually. She had to wait for 40 minutes before... 41 minutes before having the jab. I've never had that. I've normally just gone straight in. Both times. All 3 times, I should say. Anyway, I've got dinner ready. And here it is. Izzy is insisting that we're going to watch Star Trek Voyager whilst eating it. But I think IB wants to sit at the table because he can't bear to eat food from his lap. But anyway, here it is. I've done a stew. Got some rolls, which we're going to butter. A selection of cheeses to have. Options, you know, Somerset Brie. I can't tell if that's in focus. Hang on. Somerset Brie. Marsdam, is that how you pronounce that? And cheddar. We're going to get on and enjoy that now. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, could you please give it a like? It helps the channel to grow. I really appreciate that. If you're new here and would like to follow more of my story here in South Wales, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!